Good evening, Vaishnavi. I am Vinita from BriBooks, and today we will be in conversation about your book, A Doll or a Witch. So, Vaishnavi, to start with, if you can, give a small introduction about yourself.
So, hi, my name is Vaishnavi Malhotra. I'm a student of Bharati Public School and currently I'm studying in class 10th. So, except writing, I am a very active personality in working in co-curricular, etc.
Okay, that's
And I have been doing numerous competitions and all.
wow, that's great. So, Vaishnavi, is this your first book, or you've written books before this?
Actually, it's my first published book, but I love writing the poems and all. So, yeah, first published book, but
Wow, congratulations, and congratulations for winning the weekly podcast challenge also. Um, so Vaishnavi, the title is very interesting. It's very scary, a doll or a witch. So, how did you, get attracted to a title like that? Or what is the story about? If you could just give us little synopsis of your story.
yeah, sure. So, a dollar, which basically I love reading horror books and I'm a really passionate reader. So, I had an idea to write about a book. So basically, in my book, the story starts. There was a family who got shifted to Mumbai for his father had a transfer. So basically, the girl while coming back from the school found a doll, and she found it very adorable and very pretty to look at, and she got attached to it. Now she was in like, I'll take that doll. The siblings were like, the mother would scold that we should never pick out something from the drawer and all, but she took it. So for the few days, the things were okay. Like the girl was normal and everything wasn't done. But later, the
Mm,
parents noticed that the girl was now behaving abnormally. Like she was so attracted to the doll that if someone would ever say her to that don't waste time with the playing with the doll or something, she'll be like either hurt herself or the hurt the person who is saying.
okay, okay.
And
It's
there is a
quite
mystery
scary.
plot of the story.
Mm,
Yeah. So there is a mystery plot of the story. So basically, the relatives and all suggested them to visit a priest. So a priest came to their house,
mm.
and the mystery of the story goes on that the priest who came was never found.
Okay, okay,
And
that's quite an interesting
yeah,
twist. I read the beginning, your introduction part, and I saw that there was a lot of, sync, very, proper tone when you're addressing the readers, and it was almost near perfect. So, I was, really thrilled. One that, some at your age, at that time I had not, checked what standard you were in. I was just curious to read your book, and I found a very perfect, vocabulary and. The way you have addressed your, readers was very perfect, and this shows that you have a very good vocabulary control over how to, tone down when you're writing. So, uh, can you explain that, is there a routine, writing routine that you follow so that you can
no, no,
have the
no.
perfect, style of writing, or is there any other author that you read or read that inspires you to pick up a particular style while writing?
So basically, I love reading books, but not like that I do a writing practice every day. It's on my mood. That if I'm very moody at this point, that if I'll be wishing to do something, then only I'll do it.
Okay.
So poems and all I do occasionally when I'm feeling to write something, not like
Okay.
practice one.
Okay. So it's a natural flow that you flow,
Yeah.
and follow. Okay. So, since you're in 10th standard now, and I'm sure there must be so much of pressure of studies, scoring good marks, getting to understand what subjects will you, take up in 11th grade. So, how do you manage? How do you manage your time while, being so busy with other subjects to write a story like this, which is very well written? And also, you have been able to sell many copies. which is also in itself is a journey, as a writer. So how do you manage? I mean, what are the things that you do? What kind of routine do you follow? Or what keeps you encouraged or inspired to do so much?
Basically, as I mentioned, that I love doing co-curricular activities. I'm really interested in public speaking. I have done a numerous competition. So it is a habit of me managing all my academics and with my co-curricular and these activities. And I find it fun because I think that doing these activities makes me more concentrating because I love reading books. Firstly, it increases my focus regarding like I can focus on anything like I'm putting on my efforts, and basically my routine goes like I give a for like read 2 hours a book or a 1 hour book regularly. Like I love reading.
Okay. Any particular writer or any book that you recently read which impacted your thought process or writing style or encouraged you in any other way?
Recently only I read a book like it was A Good Girl Guide to Murder. It was a 3 book series. That is one of my favorite series these days.
Okay, okay. That's good. Is any typical or a particular genre or, theme that you like to write about, or was it like a random pick that let me write a horror book?
Basically, it was a random one because I was it was not planned that I would write a book or something. I was bored. I thought that let's do something new and try it out. And started writing wrote my book and I published it on
Okay.
BriBooks. So
Okay. So did you do any kind of, revision, feedback? What was the process while writing? Were you able to write in one flow, or did you take help, or did you, ask for feedbacks before publishing the book? What was the process that you followed? Vaishnavi, I think there is a connection issue. I think we just lost you in between. So,
yeah,
were you able to hear my question?
yeah, I heard your question. I was answering that.
Okay.
Basically, the book was not a plan as I mentioned.
Hmm.
So my parents didn't also knew that I was writing a book, and I just gave a surprise to them in their hand that here's my first published book in my hand. So it was
Wow.
like that.
So you never took for any feedback or any,
No,
revision
no, no.
sessions,
I didn't
nothing.
take any help. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. So I'm really proud to read that near perfect book that you've written. Although I haven't, read the entire book, but I'm excited to read and complete the book to know the, ending also. So,
Yeah.
do you face any challenge while writing, putting your thoughts onto, paper? Do you ever feel uh, that it's not coming out very well, or do you ever feel that block that I can't write? So, and if you do, then what do you do to resolve that and still be able to complete your work of writing?
So I'm a that type of person who loves writing diary. I love writing diary at the night. So I have a habit of writing and never feel bored like writing out something. And
Hmm.
in fact, there were so many ideas of writing book. I have deleted the book which I wrote earlier. Like I was firstly planning to write about something like scary house one, but then I'd switched to a doll.
Okay.
So it was quite, confusing between that what horror part
Hmm.
should I take. So
And
I
what
found doll one more
more
interesting.
interesting. Okay. Yeah, because if we attach a object to something which is scary in nature, it gives a better impact, because um, as a reader we really want to know what next. So do you plan to take writing as a career when you grow up?
No, it's like I want to be a doctor, but I'll surely not let my hobby get waste. I'll continue doing it in a side way.
Okay, okay. So you will probably, when you become a doctor, you can, give us good stories about medical field and, what goes. Probably, that could be an interesting subject. So, like you said, you never, revised your work or you never even asked for a feedback. But I'm sure when you sold your books and there must be people who, family, friends, or your, near ones who must have told you about your book, given you feedbacks. What were the feedbacks like?
So basically, it was a real, like a proud moment from being an reader to and writing out your own content and then being a published author. It is a very great thing.
Mm,
So basically, my father and my mother were so proud of me at that moment
mm,
that I am being selling my own book, and now in fact it is present in the bookstores like crossword stores,
mm,
and it is available on the Amazon. It's now I have my own ISBN number, so it was a really proud moment for my parents.
mm,
And yeah, feedbacks like everyone appreciated the work, and in fact my school also, that
mm,
we had in like a lot of authors from our school, so we had an interaction with them. I went to the different classes for recognition of my book, and in fact there only standing I sold 2 to 3 copies in each class.
Wow. So is it easy to, kind of publicize about your book and, become an entrepreneur? I'm sure you were doing this for the first time, right? So, did you feel, I mean, were you so positive from the beginning, or did you feel roadblocks? Did you feel that, how am I going to do it? Were there mixed feelings?
There is one thing that, like, once I take one thing, I'll take give
Mm,
my 100% to that to,
mm,
make it a success thing. So,
mm,
like, I earlier, like when the leagues and all that started, so I was like, firstly, my friends were really helpful. Like, they were, posting the stories of my book, like, buy it right now, my family,
mm,
and it was a really fun, by like, it was a fun experience that I learned to, sell my thing, that something I wrote, it was fun and interesting event, and
mm.
something scary also, that would it be successful or not. Because
Mm,
I did a lot of social marketing skills used there, like
mm,
making pages, people asking people to buy my book,
mm.
making people that this is the content and a lot. So it was a fun and interesting event for me.
So you kind of, made it into a good project, and which also must have, enhanced your many other skills as a
Yeah.
student. I'm so glad, that you are so full of positivity and you are so encouraging. Uh, Can you share something for the readers or the writers who are aspiring to publish their books? Because there are many people who write, but somehow they keep themselves away from publishing it.
That
So,
was me. That is me. That
uh,
is me
the,
also. I also write a lot, but don't publish it. But then I gathered some, like, let's do it, and I did it.
So, what exactly keeps a writer away from publishing their books? What is it? What kind of feeling? As a child, student, now since you have gone through that journey yourself and you know that, what are the feelings? Can you share so that, children who are in that, situation where they must have written, but they are scared to publish, how do they overcome? Is there a piece of advice or encouragement, word of encouragement for them?
So basically, I was not scared of publishing, but I was like that. I was not sure about my content that people would love it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like something I did an experiment. Like when I published my this book, so I thought that let's do an experiment. Let's see how it would be. Like as a teen author, it was a very great feeling. Once you are like if you are writing it in your own and keeping it yourself, it feel like you are doing something, but you are not getting its result. So I gave it and I tried it, and it was a really fun experiment also. That you can see that I've sold like 572 copies and 2000 plus reads till now. So it is a great and fun. So I think it's better not to listen about you, what your mind says. Do something that what your heart says. And I did that, and it was a really successful event. So
Lovely. Follow your heart. Just don't go
yeah,
by what mind keeps saying, because it will give you challenges. So, Vaishnavi, that was really very encouraging, and I'm feeling so positive, talking to you. Um, what is your favorite subject in school?
and science.
Science. Okay. And you want to be a doctor when you grow up.
Yeah, yeah,
So I wish you a lot of luck and success in being a great doctor. And also, carrying out your career as a writer. And it was really wonderful to talk to you. And I wish you a lot of luck. And I hope you are writing another piece of, art for
yeah.
us to
I'm
read.
writing.
Okay, so are you participating in the upcoming, uh, writing festival you're going to have?
Yeah, I'm participating in that also. And yeah, it was a very fun session for me to share out my all the journey with you.
Thank you so much, Vaishnavi, and all the best, and many, many congratulations once again.
Thank you.